He's an my peeps. I'm Angrydel, and you're in for a bit of a treat today because I've leveled up one of my favourite guns in the whole game. Now, I've never actually reviewed this gun before. It's quite a rare one, the Vindertech Burster. So it's actually a Shadow Shard evolution at the moment. So this isn't a 130 Sunbeam, but I'm playing in a level 100, and it's powerful enough to cope with it. So I wanted to show you guys that. I've gone with a crit rate and crit damage build again, which works very nicely on a Ranger class hero. Because they've got innate crit perks, so you get crit damage and crit chance, which actually puts this gun on a 46.5% crit rate and crit damage at a 350%, which is fantastic. So basically 1 in 2 shots, there or thereabouts, going to be doing an extra 350% damage. Now, aside from the crit rate, I've gone with magazine size. Arguably, reload might work a bit better on this gun. Who's this little prick? There's always one, isn't there? Ruining my introduction. And I've got Affliction, which was... you can't change the 6th perk. So the unique perk is always set. So it's given me Affliction. So I've gone with a plus 45% Affliction damage. But to be honest with you, I think that's probably the best setup on this sort of gun anyway. Because really you want to be using this one on mist monsters and tanks. And Affliction coupled with Affliction gives you the best way to down them quickly. It does the most damage possible. It had innate energy damage, so the Vindertech came with innate energy, so you cannot change the element. It's fixed energy. Arguably, that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you're looking at it. You're never going to have the most powerful pistol possible against elementals, because you're not going to have a direct counter, but you're only doing minus 33% damage, and it will obviously work on any elemental. So that, for me, I think is actually the best element to have on this particular pistol for this type of setup. So this is actually quite a nice little mob here. We're going to try and take down these low levels quickly. As you can see, it's a burst shot pistol, so although the actual round damage itself isn't enormous, it's on par with kind of like the Jackal, which is my favourite light ammo option, semi-automatic pistol in the pistol class. It does a lot of damage though, and particularly when it lands... didn't need to reload there, did I? When it lands a headshot and it crits, it does a shitload of damage, and it's a triple burst. So as it's got nearly a 50% crit rate, you would expect to land at least 1 crit shot, if not 2, every time you burst. And every now and then, all 3 shots landed will be crits, and when it does that, it does a huge amount of damage. But it's predominantly a mist monster and tank killing pistol, I would say. It's not the best tank killer because the fire rate isn't enormous, it's sort of limited, but because it fires a burst shot, it's quite easy to land headshots and sustain those headshots. So although your fire rate's not as high as it would be on semi-automatic such as the Jackal, it will do a huge amount of damage still because you're consistently landing headshots. It's not going to be up there as a pistol tank killing option in the same vein as something like the Viper or Thrasher fully automatic machine pistols will be. Oh, I can hear a smasher. But it still does a shitload of damage because of that accuracy and because of the fact you can keep landing headshots. So I'm going to find that smasher and reckon. Let's just do this fella quickly. So you can see there, that second shot did so much more damage, presumably because I landed a couple of crits. Oh, here we go. Here we friggin' go. Get rid of him first. And it's not struggling. I mean, it's a little bit inconsistent because I've gone with that crit build. But if you went with flat damage, it would give you more consistency. It wouldn't quite do as much damage per burst, but it's still going to be decent. And this isn't bad damage. Now, bear in mind, this is 106 pistol. I'm playing on a 100 map. I'm level 90 at the moment, and that has just killed a smasher in less than 2 magazines. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Oh, this is a tasty looking mob. I wouldn't mind a piece of this. You know, one of the best things about playing Ranger Deadeye, particularly if you put his hat on. It's Marty McFly from Back to the Future 2. And if I get the hoverboard out, well, that's the complete package then, isn't it, really? What a great look. And I think, if he was to use a pistol in the future, it would probably be something like a Vindertech Burster. Not that Marty McFly ever needed to fire a gun, but, might come in handy against Biff every now and then. I mean, really, this gun, one of the things that I really like about this gun, just from an aesthetic perspective is that it's essentially the RoboCop gun. So, you know, I'm sure you're familiar with RoboCop, particularly the original RoboCop movies. It looks exactly like it, and it performs in the same way because it's got the burst shot. It's got the triple burst shot, which is what RoboCop had on his. So not only is it a very good pistol, but it also looks the bollocks. And for me, you know, that's part of the fun. Well, I've got a smasher here just behind me, a water smasher, but unfortunately I've attracted this friggin' mob en route, so I'm gonna put myself safe up here. I'll clean this mob out, and then we're gonna have a go on that smasher. Oh, the little fellas do my head in. I would throw a teddy down ordinarily just to get rid of those kind of low levels. Where's he gone? Oh, he's going up that way. But I just want to demonstrate the pistol in this video, so I'm not going to use that skill unless I absolutely have to. Right, I think that's most of them gone. There's a couple left. Don't really want to be getting attacked by a smasher at the same time as these fellas, so get rid of these first. Oh my god, they just keep coming. And on the tankier fellas, look at that. This gun doesn't dick about. I mean, 3 or 4 shots and that's gone. And as I say, when you're playing solo in 100, that's pretty damn good going. But let's have a go on this smasher and just see how long it takes. So, as it's a water smasher, it's not gonna. I'm not going to be doing 100% damage. I'm going to be doing minus 33%. Which isn't too bad, actually. You know, if you're playing an elemental, obviously, and you're landing 100%, that's the preferential scenario to be in. But when you're in a mixed elemental level, oh look at that, that's fucked him up pretty damn quickly. When you're in a mixed elemental level and you're carrying an energy weapon, it's probably more useful, unless you're planning on, you know, having specialist weapons for every single element. As long as it will kill something in good time, the tankier stuff, then, you know, you're not really going to have a problem. And as you saw there, that did not take long to take that smasher down. Right, let's get these fellas. So again, I'm going to try and clear the low levels out first. All that damage is not fantastic. Oh, I didn't want to hit him. But I have done. Let's get out of his way. Right, we're going to kill these two. And then we're going to go back and sort that fella out. Alright, so I've done a little bit of damage, but I mean, in terms of the damage this pistol's going to do, it's going to be the same to any elemental. It doesn't really matter if I've hit him a little bit. Out of his way. Oh, I didn't want to reload, but we already know it's going to be just over 2 magazines to kill an elemental smasher. Because of the burst shot, as you can see, I'm landing almost all of my headshots there. So although my fire rate's not the highest, it's still doing good amounts of damage just because of the accuracy. And that has killed him in pretty much... I mean, if I hadn't been dicking around there, that would have killed that fella in pretty good time. We've got another smasher here, so let's have a go on him. And then we'll go and find some encampments so we can do some laser eyes. Here he comes. Right, so this time I'm going to try not to reload between my attacks. Ooh, did he get me? I'm not going to go for the headshots entirely because I just want to kill him as quick as I can. You can see there I've landed a lot of crits, and that's going to be dead. Yeah. So what was that? 1 magazine and a bit. 1 1/4 magazines to kill an elemental smasher. That's really good going. Now, obviously a few lucky crits have helped me on that one perhaps, but you know, that's just the way this gun goes. It's not always going to be perfect if you're playing a high crit rate build, but when it does, the damage is phenomenal and it's really, really satisfying. Oh, and we've got some laser eyes here rather conveniently. So let's have a little pop on these fellas. Let's clear these out first. Oh, and a taker. So again, oh my god, I've got 2 takers. You know, that's got killed in good time there. I'm going to stay out of that laser eyes' way. Oh, he fucked me then, Jesus. Take the low levels out and then headshots on the laser eyes. We should be able to do this in sort of 3 to 4 shots. Taking a little longer than I'd hoped there, but not bad. Quick reload again, and then let's take this fella out. It's not critting as much as I'd like there. It did on that. You saw the difference in damage on that that last shot. I almost feel like, although it's listed as a 50%, and a mimic, although it's listed as a 50% crit rate, it doesn't quite seem to be doing it for me. Or maybe I've just been a bit unlucky. I mean, that mimic got fucked there, frankly. Pardon my French, but that fella got destroyed, and that is where it really stands out when you are landing crits like that and it's doing huge amounts of damage like that. Right, let's go get that sunbeam, and then we're gonna look for an encampment and see if we can take an encampment out with this bad boy. Well, I was en route to an encampment, but I can hear another smasher somewhere, and we've got one of these swirly pool things, so I might as well do this while I'm... Oh god, here he comes. I don't know where he is either. Oh, that wrecked him. That fucking wrecked him. Don't know where this smasher is. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's a normal one. Excellent. Right, so this will give us a much better indication of the actual power of this thing, because there's no minus 33% damage now. And I think if I land a few crits here and headshots, this will wreck him. Oh, yes. He's going to wreck me if he hits me again, though. Yeah, I mean, in an enclosed space like that, that's the last place you want to see a smasher, because you can't obviously get out of the way of him when he's rushing you. But that killed him very quickly and very, very cleanly. Alright, let's go for this. So, ordinarily, I would not go into an encampment with just the Vindertech Burster. It's not the best setup. I'd be using my Freedom's Herald, the sort of mobs, the densely packed mobs, and I'd be using my Teddy as well. But I've got a llama at the moment, so yeah, that's not going to help. So let's just have a little crack at this and see how we get on. I'm expecting to get killed, if I'm honest. So hopefully we're not going to get too many laser eyes. It's not, as I say, it's not the best wave clearer, but it will do the job. Helps if you land your shots. Right, let's put a bit of a barrier up. Keep ourselves safe. Got to be careful not to step too far away from the encampment itself, though, obviously, as I don't want it to reset. You can see it's, you know, it's struggling a bit with wave clear. It's not really built for wave clear, but it's doing the job at a reasonable pace. Ideally, as I say, if you had like a Teddy or a Freedom's Herald or something, but this is where it's really working well, is on things like the laser eyes, where I can just take them out at mid-range. I don't have to be all up in their grill to be doing good damage. It does do a bit of stagger. Not the greatest stagger in the world, because being an energy weapon, they tend not to be, but it's not terrible either. There's a lot worse, a lot lower impact guns out there. So, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that, to be honest, and I didn't even die. So let's go and get this this encampment. Oh, there's two on top of each other. Crying out loud. I swear they do this on purpose. Alright, I'm going to get into a... going to get myself into a little advantage point here. This is quite a nice spot, actually.
You brought this on yourself.
Hopefully I won't get anything too big spawning up here. And then it gives me a chance to take the little fellas out.
Getting reports that your fort has uninvited guests.
The damage there, not brilliant because it's not critting, but when it does crit like that, it does a shit ton. Oh, hello, fellas. Jesus Christ. Okay, I've had to abort that. Where's he gone? Where's Laser Eyes? Come here, fella. Come here. There we go. Goodbye. Oh, it's just so sexy. It's got to be the sexiest gun in all of Fortnite. That burst, the noise it makes, the damage it does when it crits. Absolutely love this pistol. And as I say, you know, you've got to bear in mind, this is not really a fair game from my perspective. I'm slightly underpowered because I'm playing solo in a 100. The gun itself is 106, so, you know, I could have leveled it up to Sunbeam to 130, and then it would be, you know, I would expect it to be on par with like the Gravedigger and the the Gravedigger and the Hunter Killer I was using in the videos that I posted the other day. Oh god, don't kill me. I'd have to put a wall up there, not risking that. Oh, it's just a thing of beauty. It's just a thing of beauty, this gun. You know, it's probably my favourite gun to play in the whole... Oh, shit, wall! He nearly chucked a crate on him. It's probably my favourite gun to play in the entire game. I'm not saying it's the best gun in the game, far from it, but it's just fun to play. It's the combination of the feel of it, the damage it does, and the ability to wreck things at short or mid range without any problems. It will wave clear, as I say, not the best, but it will do it. And you know, you'll be able to down those misties with it as well. It's an absolute bad boy, let's face it. Can't resist this mob though. Look at these fellas. So this is a very dispersed mob, so it worked well in this sort of situation where I just need to pick off a few different point targets. Can't just fire a grenade at them. I can't just fire my Freedom's Herald. Look at the damage on that fella. Look at that. That must have been a double crit there. There we go. Destroyed for a blue glow that we didn't need. You know, situations like this, I'd normally go for the taker first, but I think here I can probably take this laser eyes out pretty quickly. It hasn't crit there for 2 shots, but still killed it in good time. You can fuck off, mate. And where the hell did that taker go? Where did that taker go? He's just disappeared. Oh, there he is. Fannying about. Oh yes, yes, that was good timing there. And again, I mean, if you can kill a taker that quickly before it dives onto you, then really good sign. That's exactly what you want from a gun. Right, so I think here I'm going to try and take out the low-level baseball dudes quickly, then move on to the laser eyes. So that affliction will help. Where I haven't quite killed them, like that fella there, should die from affliction. Oh shit! And we can just take these fellas out undisturbed. There we go. Again, in very good time, that's been dealt with. The range on it is fantastic. It's as I say, it's not quite up there with assault rifles and hand cannons, but it's enough to be able to take the laser eyes and things like that out at a reasonable range without causing yourself too many problems. Then these low levels, we just pick them off as we go. Elementals are a little bit tougher, but again, they generally take 1 burst shot, sometimes 2. It's depending on whether or not you land a crit. Dealt with. Right. Smasher. Where are you, bastards? I found myself a water smasher. There's a few mobs scattered about, but we should be able to just have a pop on this fella. So let's have a go and see how long this one takes. Turn around. That's it. Lovely. Oof, clipped me there, didn't you? So, you know, ideally I just want to be landing headshots, but sometimes you've got to just unload as much ammo as you possibly can as quickly as you can, and that has killed him in very, very good time. Again, you know, you've got to bear in mind this is a level 100 map. I'm playing solo. I'm using a pistol. Not an assault rifle. I don't have fully automatic fire, and it's killing them in very, very good time. It's just an absolutely superb gun. You know, it's not perfect. I will say this. Oh, there's another one there. We might as well. I will say this. It absolutely canes durability when you're running around like this and you're using it on everything. So I wouldn't really put it down as a one-fit gun. This one's nearly broke. I've only played this on a couple of maps, although I have been, you know, going for absolutely everything with it. Whereas really, I would generally speaking use this for low-level mobs that are straggling about, that aren't in a big pack, because I can't just lob a grenade or Freedom's Herald them. I'd use it. Oh shit! You fucking bastard! You bastard! On the reload. As you can see, though, I've absolutely wrecked him. See you later, knobhead. Yeah, I'd use this pistol for the tanks. I'd use it for the mist monsters, the huskies, that kind of thing. But I wouldn't be using it as a general wave clearer. So, you know, if you're not running around using it on everything, oh, it's broke and it's gone. It's good timing. So, you know, if you have got one of these in your artillery, it's well worth converting and it's well worth leveling up. It's not, you know, the best gun in the game, but I just find it to be one of the most fun to play with. On my Ranger class loadout. And just so you know as well, the build that I've gone with here, because I've got a reasonable crit rate on this Vindertech from the crit buff and the innate buff that I get from Ranger Deadeye, I've put a Trail Blaster in support, which gives me more crit damage, which is why I've got this 350%. I'm getting an extra 70 from my support build, my support slot, Trail Blaster. And then I've got Gunblazer Southie in my tactical slot, which is giving me the ammo whenever when I pick up the llamas. So there we go, guys. The Vindertech Burster, one of my all-time favourite weapons in Fortnite. As I say, it's not the best, but it is good. It's fantastic at picking off stragglers. It's fantastic at dealing with the mist monsters, sort of short to mid-range. And you can level a smasher in good time with it. So if you do have one of these schematics in your locker, then give it some serious consideration for leveling up if you go with a ranger class loadout on a regular basis, because if you're anything like me, you're going to really enjoy playing this gun. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and until next time, GG, well played, and laters, fam. Laters.